Net promoter systems have been a very effective way for many companies to be able to understand more about the experiences that they're providing to their customers. It's also been a very effective way of identifying those who might have an outsized influence on the rest of the population that you're trying to interact with. And another way that has developed over the last few years to be able to gather a lot of that feedback has been social media. And social media provides a lot of the same signals, a lot of the same information, a lot of the same chatter and influence that a net promoter system is also trying to pick up. What's interesting is that at this point, there's not many companies who have been able to put those two things together. So we want to be able to create a call to action for companies to be able to better integrate the feedback that you can get from both platforms. On social media, there's a lot of learning that can come from being able to monitor the conversation that's happening, oftentimes in real time. And in fact, actually, we find that sometimes the population that are taking to social media to be able to talk about their experiences are a completely different profile than the people who will respond to an NPS survey. On the NPS side of things, there are really great mechanisms in place in order to be able to capture feedback, identify promoters and detractors, and act on that feedback. But one other additional way of being able to get real-time information into the system or additional insight that wouldn't be part of the system is to be able to bring these two platforms together. And in some cases, that may mean just co-locating the teams that work on each of these things, because there are organizations that are working to be able to do social listening and have built NPS systems, but need to find better ways to integrate them. Other ideas would be to start using social media to try to identify promoters and detractors in the same kind of way that you would in an NPS system, and activate some of those people in order to be able to use them in a similar way that NPS would allow you to do. And we've seen many organizations who have identified key influencers on social media that act just like promoters. Going forward, we're quite excited for the opportunity to see how NPS can continue to evolve to take advantage of all of the promise of digital, like many other parts of the organization. And social media can be a very rich source of information for NPS.